Okay, we're doing the cutting of Gummy Bear Parade soap. This one is done in the Brambleberry mold, and it's a high top soap. So I made extra embeds, and I had some embeds. Well, actually I didn't have any. I had some embeds and they got all glycerin-dude from last year, so I couldn't use my extra embeds. So I went ahead and remade all my Gummy Bear embeds. I have smaller size gummy bears and bigger size gummy bears. But I use a Brambleberry mold when I have experienced that something does sell. So anything that I'm not 100% sure of or that sells more slowly, I will do a smaller batch normally. This one is measured out for 1.25 inches. So I can't use I do have 1.25 inch cutter, which I have not used. And so I'm gonna, I guess, use it today and see how that goes. But like I said, I use this when I want to get the most bang for my buck. And at 1.25 inches, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13 bars of soap. So right away, I have like a good number. With this mold, you can slide away the bottom, or you can simply stand it on, support it with your arm. I know my arm, big fat arm's in the way, but here we go. Support it like this, tip it, and if the embeds are not too delicate, you can just kind of jiggle it, wiggle it out of there very carefully while supporting everything. Like this. And my recipe has hard butter, so some hard butters. So usually it's ready to demold even when it's humid the next day. Not a problem. And it's as hard as a brick. So you just pull the silicone liner. I use silicone liners. I just think they save on a lot of time. I really suck at lining with parchment, and I always make that look horrible. So I just don't deal with that. I've done it a couple times, and then you see all this parchment paper marks all over your soap. And some people don't mind that, but I don't like it. So this one is called Fresh Fruit Slices, and I think it is very similar to Yay for Yummy Gummy. But I think it's a little fruitier. Okay. So I'm going to put this soap, actually, wow, my hands are very, very slippery, over here. This is a high top cutter. It's humongous. It's a high top, so it doesn't matter how high. I can't possibly make soap that'll probably be higher than this bar here, or this bar here. That is pretty freaking high. But I went for a really, really, really super dark purple. So I haven't used this yet. This is the first cutting with this cutter. And you want to tighten up your strings because you don't want your strings to be loose, or you're going to get a big wavy weird cut in your soap. So you gotta make sure the strings are really... Is it possible to pop the string? Yes, if you overly tighten it, there is such a thing as overly tightening too. So you want to listen for like a higher pitch. Okay, so let's cut this bar. I've spaced everything out, so these bars should be about 1.25 inches. So I asked specifically for 1.25 inches when this was made, because I already have a bar cutter that is 1 inch, and of course I'm not going to get the same thing. So let's see how this does. And I hope, ooh, that's not good. I'm just trying to line up all my embeds, and this may not work. Well, that's a shame. I can't even use this because my placing of the embeds was so haphazard. I thought I did a good job, but I didn't. So okay, I'm going back to this wooden cutter because I don't want to chop off all the bears. And so I'm just going to use the single bar cutter. Like I said, it's a very versatile tool. And the clearance is enough that I think I can cut this. I hope I can cut this. Because I can't. Okay, there we go. Ooh, that's a nice swirl. So this time I did something a little bit different. I just kind of put the white batter, soap batter down, and then I kind of drizzled and dropped and broke into the white color with red, yellow, orange, and green. So I used 5 colors this time, and I also did it bi-colored frosting top, piping top. Okay, so here's to hoping we won't chop any gummy bear faces off. It's not going down. It's odd. Oh my god! I just smushed a bear. I just smushed it and broke his head off. Now you have a headless bear. Oh, I see. This handle does not clear the soap. Oh my god. I'm going to end up smushing another bear. Okay. Sometimes people put their soap sideways. So let's see if that'll solve the problem. Okay, that solves the problem. But one bear was sacrificed. That's a nice swirl. I'm having some real big cutting issues this evening. I'm taking everything that I worked so hard and I'm just ruining it. I'm sure people have those moments. That bear is just that barely cleared it. So I was going for a fruity smelling soap that was very, very festive. That could be appealing to children, but I think adults would like it too. I mean, I like it. Try not to cut this gummy bear smash the top of these gummy bear heads, because putting the soap sideways is a good idea in that it keeps things from dragging through the whole body of the soap. But once you cut, you can't lift the arm up without removing the soap. So I'm going to show you this bar in a second, but really, well, you can see it here. It's one of the most, I think, the most festive looking soaps that I make, and I think the bio glitter that I use on top really also gives it that feel. So I'm doing like these really big chunky bars instead of the 1-inch bars. And I'm doing a really generous sized bar. But of course I have to charge for that. But the plus side is it's something that's going to last for a while in the tub. So this is the one with this poor smashed head. Poor gummy bear. What am I going to do with you? I'll just use it myself. But here's a bar with a red gummy bear. And I thought this was such a great concept. Wow, I'm just so original for coming up with this myself. And then of course I see somebody on YouTube making a video. I think it was Lunafe Creations a while back, and I was like, oh my god, that looks too close to what I just made after I made it. So, you know, whatever. Great minds think alike. That's all I can say. Sometimes people do come up with the same concept. I swear I did not copy that, but it just came out very similar. But there's little differences. I don't know if she used bio glitter, but I use this really interesting mix of glitter. I have little gummy bears. I forgot if she had little gummy bears, but anyway, sometimes those things happen. So let's see here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I did get 13 slices of this soap. So tomorrow, when it firms up a little bit more, I think I'm going to plane it if something weird happened to any of these slices, and I think I'm going to I think I'm definitely going to stamp it tomorrow and bevel it. I think I like beveling it when it's a little soft, because I think it doesn't like crumble, and it just is, you know, kind of sticks together a little bit better. So maybe it's a little bit neater looking. I don't think I'm going to plane this soap because, you know, planing is just very wasteful. It's wasteful enough to bevel it, but I feel like I want to bevel it to give it a nice finished look. And also, you don't want to hold anything in your hand that has these really sharp corners. That is not a very pleasant feel in your hand, so I think beveling is important. This one swirl goes all the way almost down to the ground. I think it did, and then bounced up. So that's kind of interesting. And it just seems like those colors are just like melting down. I did this swirl on the last gummy bear soaps I did as a bar, and I don't know, I think I like the previous bars results than this one. This one's not bad. I think I just have too much white. This is nice. This is nice. I put a little bit more water and less lye concentration because even though it's really humid, you would think you would use a little stronger lye concentration so that the the soap would firm up a little faster, I noticed. But it's just simply to give myself more time to work the soap. So I feel like that helped. Okay, so here's my 13 bars of Gummy Bear Parade soap. Here's my little green gummy bear, head not smashed in, with little gummy bears sprinkled around. Some of them are cut, you know, heads cut off, cut in half. Ooh. This has mica, biodegradable glitter in like different sizes and colors and shapes. Well, different colors and sizes. It has a drop swirl, at least what I call a drop swirl, and a larger gummy bear glycerin embed. Okay, so this is Joan from Juniper Berry Soaps. Look out for these soaps. They're about an inch and a quarter. Right, nice, generous size soap. In our Etsy store, Juniper Berry Soaps. Coming soon. This is June 14th, so this should be ready around the middle of July. Maybe more like July, end of July, I think would be good. I like to cure my soaps the full amount of time, 5 to 6 weeks. I just feel like they would last longer. The more you cure your soaps, the longer they last for your customers. So I think I'm gonna put these up maybe at the end of July. Maybe a little sooner. I'm not sure. Maybe mid-July. We'll see how they dry. I have the what do you call it? Dehumidifier on. So let's see how quickly they dry up with the dehumidifier on. All right. See you guys. Okay, I'm done cutting this soap. Oh my god! I just smushed a bear.